Hello and welcome to the Artisan of Glimmith. I'm Tom, and in this video I will be solving the puzzles in the section, Solitude, right here. This island here. The restoration window is a bit hidden down here. Anyhow, let's start with the first tutorial puzzle. Solitude means each region contains a single symbol. So we can start up here. These two can't touch. Can draw a border like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. That can't move any other way, this region. So 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. Then it's also complete. 1, 2, 3, 4, and another 4 are here. The next one here again can't join each other, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. This one then has to move like that. This one can only be completed like this. And this one in the corner here. Let's start with this one. It's easier like this, and then you can see you have to do this like that. Here's the next one. With polyominoes this time. Now here, it's best to start in this position here. Because there you could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or 5 like this, right? So here it can only be 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 is not allowed. You have to go there. This section is complete. So that means here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. The 4 then has to be like this. And the final region is this one. With the palisades we can start here. We need a symbol in this region, so that's 3 like this. Then here we also need a symbol. We need a symbol. We need to get a symbol, and that's that. Here we need to draw a border there, which means we also need a border here and there. These are the two colors we have. That means on this side, since we only have 2 regions, right? 2 symbols, 2 regions. We need green here. Come on, where is green? Oh, come on, this one. Okay. So it means I have to move this there, but I also need red here. So, I can't... Can I? Can I do this actually? This one would go here. Yeah, I have to do this actually, because like obviously I can't combine them here because they have to be extended. That's what I totally forgot. These have to extend, right? Like this. Then that means indeed red can only go here, and green then has to move all around it. Yeah. And here we have Solitude with Palisade and polyominoes. The clue about this puzzle is that this tile, for instance, can't be reached by this polyomino or by this one. That means it has to be connected to this symbol here, or in a region with this symbol, right? Because according to Solitude, each region contains a single symbol. So I have to position these other polyominoes so that this palisade region can go all the way here somehow, right? So first of all, that means I can't do this, right? I have to, and I also can't do this. This has to be completed like this here. Yeah. Furthermore, this then can't go like this, also because of this region here. It would also cut off the area. It needs to go like this. This in turn means that the T can only be positioned like this. Otherwise it would touch the border here and cut this one off. And now we can see that this one must be positioned like that, so that we have this nice path here. Okay. So that's all the tutorial puzzles. There are 3 difficulty 1 puzzles. There's the first one here. Let's draw the borders first of all, like this and like that. Anything else? No. Well, we can draw this border also, because this one has to move out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. This has to move out here, 1, 2, 3, 4. This one also has to move out here. This one has to move out here, 1, 2, 3. This has to go like this. Here we have a 6 now. That's here. This has to extend. All of these have to extend. So obviously we always have to move along the border, right? Like this. There's another one, Solitude and Polyomino. So let's draw in the borders, just for completeness sake. This one can't go here, because this one has to move out, right? So we need to complete it like this. This is then this here. And like this. Here we need a symbol in this region, can only be this one. This one has to move out, this one too. So we have 3 here and 3 there. Here is the next number 1. Let's, just for completeness sake, draw in the borders. We can start here already. 4, 4. This has to be like this. This has to be like this. This can't be like this because we're losing, or we're creating a region without a symbol inside, right? This has to be like this and like that. That's all pretty obvious. Here we have 4 and another 4 here. So, where is the next difficulty 1 puzzle? Up there maybe? No. Where is it? Here? No. I was here maybe? No, also not there. Where could it be? I did all these here, right? Let me check how many puzzles I solved. There must be one more one, right? I have 9 and I need... No, actually, I did 3. Ah, yeah. No, I did 2 here and 1 down there. Okay, yeah, I have all the difficulty ones. So I need 5 difficulty 2 puzzles now. What is this here? That's not one. So let's start with this one. Again, let's draw the borders. Like this. So the 4 needs to move out at least 1, but it could go there or there. The 3 also has to move out 1. This one has to move out 1, and this has to move out 1. The 3 cannot move up here, because we would have to complete the 2 like this, and we would have a region without a symbol. So the 3 has to move here. This one then has to go there. The 4 can only be completed like this. Wait, no, that's not true. It could also go in there. The 2 has to be here, however. So indeed, the 4 must be done like this. And now we can see that this region, this tile can only be reached by the 2. This one can only be reached by the 4, like this. This has to be part of the 3 then, like this, and the 4 like this. In these kinds of puzzles, it's very helpful to see which tile can be reached by what symbol. That's a general thing here. Let's see what we can do here. The 6 has to move out of this corner there, sort of, right? Let's just draw this in already. But we don't know if it goes like this or like that, or takes all of them. It's unclear. The 3, however, has to move 1 up. So the 12 has maximum 1 here. Then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 potentially. 6, 7 again. Man, I can't get this out of my head anymore. Damn it. The 3 is complete like this then. And the 12 has to move up here also. Now, the problem is this tile here. Let's draw it in this color here, in the same color as this one. It's difficult. Because I can't reach this tile by this, with this symbol, or with this symbol, or with any other symbol. So the 12 has to move there, right? However, the 3 can't, well, not however, that means the 3 can't move up there, right? Because we would cut off this tile. So we need a border here, and it can move. It can only move one direction here, so this would move around, so it has to go there. So now we can look at the 6 here. The 6 indeed is now only possible like this, 4, 5, 6, right? And the 3 has to move up 1. That means the 3 indeed has to move here. And then let's look how many we have. We have 5 plus 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's the exact fit. And the 3 indeed has to be down here. Okay, This niche has to go like this. We can draw the borders here. Also here we can draw a border. And this one has to go there. And we can draw a border there, which means we need another border there and this. Now, here we need a different region than this one, right? And that can only be this region. It has to move around here like this. And since we can't lose this tile, we also need this, which means here we need a border. Now, we also need another region here. And that can be... Which one? Can it be this one? No, it can't be, because that would only be allowed like this, right? And we would lose this tile here. So that's not possible. Let's separate it. It has to be this region here. And then we have to include that tile, okay? There is a 2. Here we can extend these, first of all. And then we need to realize, that this is actually quite complex for a 2, I gotta say, that we need these symbols on each of the other side of these borders, right? I can't do this. It's also rarely possible to do that. It could be, however, but here, for instance, it's not possible, right? Because we wouldn't be able to complete the L. So we need the L on that side here, yeah, which means that has to be completed like this. Okay? Then this goes here, obviously, potentially also there. The 3 then can only be completed like this, which means we have this here. What else? I need a symbol here and here. That can, or a region, a different region. It can only be this one, right? If I did this, I wouldn't be able to complete the L, right? So that should be this, right? And then for these 3 borders here, I can use this S polyomino and complete the puzzle like this. How many do we have now? We have 13 and we need 14. One more difficulty 2 puzzle. There it is. Here we have 2 regions, one with this palisade symbol and one with the 16. Now the thing to do is that we need on the 2 borders of this tile we need the other region, right? It means we need to find a way to get the 16 region all the way up there. The most likely scenario is for the corners is obviously like this, because otherwise I would have to move around. Let's just count how many tiles we have first of all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Potentially this one also. And in fact that's already the way, just by chance. I just went along. But you can show that it has to be like this, because first of all, like, you can't move out here because you need an extra tile here. And that doesn't, it's not enough. You need 17 because of this one tile here, and you need to fill this entire thing because you come in on one side and you have to leave on the other side, so you need 4 tiles, 1 more tile here, okay? So this path is not possible. You have to move through this way here, and you can only do that like this without losing a tile, because if you like you always have to go here. If you went like this, you would lose this tile, right? So you have to move along this edge here. Here again you need an extra tile, so you can't go there. And here you would cut off this entire section here. So you have to move up, and then there, and then this and this, and that's a 16. So like this, we can complete the puzzle. So now we have, come on, that's 14, yes. We need 5 difficulty 3 puzzles now. It's a 4, 5 difficulty 3 puzzles. There's one. Let's start with this one. Yeah, obviously we can't reach all the tiles with the 2s, so we need to create a joint region sort of, and can't block off anything with the twos, right? So first of all, we also have a mingle shape. That means we can draw these borders here because the twos cannot touch each other. This one is here then. This one has to be here. This one can't be here because of this shape, and also because we're cutting off the section that has to be in here, right? Like this, which means we have this also. Now these twos can't touch, which means we need these borders, and that in turn means that we can't have a border here, because then we would have to create this, and again we would create a region that we can't touch, because we can't touch that side of the border with this region, right? So we would have to create a different region, and that's not allowed. So it doesn't work like that. We need this connection here. Just a second, yeah. So what's next? Yeah, for these borders here, I need the twos, like this. Which in turn means that this two can't move up there, it has to move here. And if this two went up here, we would cut off this entire section, so that has to be like this. This one can't move here, it has to be done like this. And this one can't move here, has to be completed like this. And like that, the puzzle is complete. So more difficulty 3s. What's this here? No, that's a 4. Here's a 3. Oh, this one, yeah. We definitely have a 2 here. Yeah? Which means what? How was this done? Let's draw in the borders first of all. We have a mismatch also. We must have different shapes, yeah. So, I can't have another 2. Which means that this symbol cannot face this way. We can't have this. Because either this would be a 2, which is not allowed, then it would have to be a 3, but then this one would have to be a 2, right? So we can draw a border there, and that means we need an L here. And because of the dead end, this region is complete. This one then has to move at least here. Can't go there. This one can't be a 2, right? Because of this shape up there, in the mingle shape. So that's a 3 around the corner. This one has to move out here, so the straight 3 is complete. We can't have a 2, we can't have a 3 around the corner, so this has to be a 4S shape. And now, like this tile obviously can't go in here because we would create a 2. So it has to go in here. We already have the L shape. We can't extend this here, also not there. It has to be done there. And this is the straight 4. What's next? What's down here? What's this one? That's a 3, okay. So let's draw the borders in again. Yeah, Solitude Precision 6 also, okay. So we need these borders for sure. We can draw these as well. There's a border here and here and here and here, like this. This is also a thing. Okay, so this here has to be 3 plus 3, 1, 2, 3, like this. Oh, we could also have drawn in this already, like that. So here, this blue section or region can only extend to a 6 like this, which means this has 4 now, has to move out 1 more. And here we need a region of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. Here, and this is 3 plus 3 is 1, 2, 3. So this one has to move out another 3. This one has to move out 1, so here, that's one section, and that's the final section. What's up there? There's another 3. Okay. Here we have the same thing, sort of. We have to create these shapes in a way that this palisade symbol can reach this tile, and this tile, and this tile, right? They have to be one and the same. Let's mark them yellow. Yeah. And then here, this is the obvious starting point, sort of. We obviously have to move out. And there's two ways to complete this region, either like this, going like that, or you can do this and like that. So this shape is for sure. You can draw this border here. And then if you do this, it's pretty, well, I mean, straightforward, basically. You can't create a shape with this one here. So draw this border. That doesn't cut this entire section off. Like either like this, right here, like this, or like this. This doesn't work. But even if you use as an exit point this one here, or this one, it doesn't work. Let's start this one as the exit point. It would be here and there, right? Or here and there. So you're always cutting it off. And also with this thing, if you have this here, either like this or like that, you're cutting the section off. So this is not allowed. You have to complete this shape like that. Okay? And now this, like I don't want to show all the options again, can only be oriented like this in order not to touch this corner here or this bottom here, yeah? And not cut the region off. So this has to be like this. This then has to move out here. We need a border here. And now it's pretty simple already to see that has to move out also. That here, this perfectly fits in like this, right? So let's leave this in like this, and this one can't be 3 up. It has to be this here in order to not cut off this section here, right? We can complete these. So this part here must be this thing, and it goes around the corner like this and then sticks out there. And like that, we complete the puzzle. There's one more 3. We have Solitude and Palisade, okay. So let's start with the starting clues here. The corners need to extend away from the borders, right? Like this. What else? Here we have a 4. Can only be completed like this, right? After drawing in this border. That in turn means that here we have a street like this, or a straight one, and this tile must be in the same region as the 2, which means here we need to move there, we need a border there, and here we need there, and that's actually complete like this section. So this tile must be coming from here, we need a border there, which means this tile must be coming from here in the region, here's a border, now we have the 3 also. This tile must be coming from this section here, and this tile must be coming from here. Then move there. We don't know. This tile must be part of the 2 region. This then must go here and there. We need a border here. And this region is part of this. This tile is part of this region. So we have the border here. This goes here. And indeed, this then has to move here. And then here is a border. Let's just draw it and finalize the puzzle like this. Okay. That could be all of them. 19. That's correct. So we need 3 difficulty 4 puzzles now on white plinths only, however. There's one. Okay, again, no, we can't draw any borders here. But what we can do is look at this tile here. We can't reach this tile with this 9, because the only way would be like this, cutting this off. Or alternatively, you would have to move in here, but then again, you wouldn't be able to touch it on both sides of the border. So the only region that can, or the only symbol that can reach it is this one. Yeah. And it could go like this, or like this. We don't really know. So let's count from here. That's the maximum extent. How many are these? That's 9, so it looks plausible, but let's see. From here, we have 1, 2... Yeah, that's the minimum extent for the 9 here, and that's the maximum extent, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, actually like this. This would have to move. Let's make it a different color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is where it must move, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this potentially also, yeah. So it can't move here. We need a different region from here. So let's see what we can get from here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 would be possible, but then this 9 couldn't be completed. Indeed, it has to be this 9, and since we can't go with this color, with this region here, we also can't do that, because we would lose this tile then. So indeed, it has to be done like this, and the 9 has to be completed like that. So we have 9, 9, and 9. This must be like this. This 9 has to move out, and indeed we need to touch these two borders, right? So let's do that from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can't go down here. Oops. We can't go down here. And we also can't extend here, so it has to be this one. And then that's the final region here with 9. White, white, white. There's white. Okay, here we can't have this orientation, because according to this here, I will have to do this there, and then I couldn't complete this symbol anymore. So we need this orientation for the three of them, with borders here, here, and here. Now, let's look at this corner here. Or is it this one? No, actually this one, yeah? This one cannot be completed or cannot be done with this region. It could be part of these two regions, but this one would only be possible like that. Or actually like that. Doesn't make any sense. Like I have a border here also, I lose this tile, I lose this tile. So that's obviously not the right way. I have to go here. I also can't go up there because I would lose this tile. If I move around here, I wouldn't be able to complete this. So this has to be done like this, obviously. So that means here we need this region. And that can only come from here now. And since we have this region on this side of the border, this one has to extend there also, okay? So now we have a couple of more borders. So this one has to move here. Can it go here? Like this? No, because the blue one can't move up here anymore. Let's put a border. Why is this all the same color, really? Like, this is something I don't like about this game, that it would be so nice if you have different colors, like very visibly different colors for these sections, but you don't. Usually it's always like the same sort of stuff. So this is not possible, obviously. Like it shows here that this one has to go up there, and the obvious way is like this, right? And then we have one more border here, which means yellow has to extend there and there. Okay, little rand on the side there. Here we have nothing special. We have to create all these shapes so that this region can touch every remaining tile, right? That's the task of this. Now here, obviously this one can't be completed like this here. We can't move into this section, so we need to move up here. We can't do it like that, obviously. This one has to be 4, and then since we can't extend there, we also can't extend here because we wouldn't be able to complete this tile here, like only like this, and lose that there. So we need to put that there, and then it's pretty obvious that these 4 tiles have to be part of this one, can't be part of this one, right? We're losing a tile there. It's like this and like that here. Here, you can't put the cross sort of, or the cross, like the cross, I don't know how you call the shape, whatever. You can't put it like this because you could only add one tile here or there, and you would create a region without a symbol. So since you also can't move it there, right, because of the polyomino, you can't move it down here because of the polyomino, you have to move it there. Okay, not like this, sorry. You have to add, no wait, let's do this like this. You have to add this thing also. Now obviously this tile cannot be reached by this symbol, and there's no way that I can reach around this symbol and this symbol from this region here. This has to be part of this shape. And now it's pretty obvious that the remaining shape has to be positioned like this, so that this region can go all the way there, right? What else? Here, the T can't go like this. Why? Because we can't... Well, we could do this, and... No, we can't complete this, right? Doesn't work. Also like this, it doesn't work because we're cutting something off. Definitively, yeah. So, it can't move down. Can it move like this way? Or can it be done like this? I don't just want to give the solution, right? Again, we would have a cut off here. So that's not possible for the same reason. This is not possible. And this is also not possible because we can't reach these tiles anymore. Also like this, we can't reach this tile. The obvious thing is not this, but this. Yeah. And then it's easy to see that, like, you can do this, but then you're cutting something off here, right? It has to be completed like, oh, come on, like this and like that. This is sort of a little bit of trial and error. I doubt that this can be done because all the tiles can be reached by these polyominoes. So here I was approaching this in what way? Here actually I don't remember. Yeah, to use this corner here with this like, no, that doesn't work. It's like, how was it done? Oh yeah, like this, right? That you use this corner, you try to steer along the edge, and then you can simply do this here. And like this, the puzzle is complete. So that's a 5. We have 22 now. Yes, that's all 3 difficulty 4 puzzles. There's 1 difficulty 5 on white plinth, and that's that one. Okay. Where to start here? We can start here with the 4. It can extend only 2 tiles into this direction, so we need at least 1 tile into this direction. Here the 5 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for sure. From the other side it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. But that's about it here. Now, the easiest way I found to solve this puzzle, that it is not possible for the 7 to be here. Because if that was the case, like this one would have to move here, the 5 would have to move here, and we are in a deadlock. Yeah. So this can't be, which means what? That this one has to move out here because there's no other symbol that can reach this tile. That also means that I need a border there. And what else? Yeah, the 7 now can extend maximum here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here we need the 3 like this. Another 3. This one has to move up here. This one has to be part of the region 4. This one is the corner shape here, which means the 5 here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for sure. What else? Yeah, this tile here can only be reached by the 5, right? And this tile now can only be reached by this symbol, which means this symbol has to extend here. This could be the 5, however. What else? Here, this must be the 7, which means the 7 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, cannot reach this tile anymore. So this tile must be here. The 5 is completed like this. The 4 must be like this. Then we have the 3 around the corner here. The 5 must be there. This one then must be here. And the 7 is automatically completed. Okay, 23 puzzles. Let's move to the brown plinths. There are no difficulty 1 and difficulty 2 puzzles. Simply 3 difficulty 3 puzzles on brown plinths. That's a 4. There's a 3. Wait, was this a brown plinth? Yeah. Okay, Solitude and Palisade. This region has to extend there. What else? Here we have the same thing. Wasn't there something else? This one has to extend here, yeah. We can draw a border there. Which means it has to extend here. Which means we have the border like this and this. That means this then. This has to extend here. There is a border like this. And this then has to move there. But that's about it, I think, down here. Yes. Here we have again this thing that you can't orient us like this, because this down here would be like this, and then you couldn't create this palisade symbol anymore, right? So these have to be oriented in this way. Let's draw in all the borders. Like this and like that. This one has to be a border as well. And this one. Okay, yes. So, here we need a border now. To the next symbol. Which means we have this, and this then has to be here. This one is complete. Yeah, we need this also here. Which means this region, or this tile, must form a region with this dead end. And here, this region has to extend there. What else? I need to think for a moment. I think it's about this thing here. What was it? Yeah, regardless which way I do this. I solved it in a different fashion last time, but regardless which way I do this, I need one tile here or one tile here, which means this one can only be completed like that, which means these regions are also complete. We need a border here and here as well. This one has to extend there, so we need a border here. And yeah, now we can see that we can't do this because this would have to extend there and this would be uncompletable. So this pass-through thing here, this straight palisade, has to be done like this. Can't extend in any direction. We complete it like this, and this is like that. This is here, and here we need the corner. Right. That's it. What's this? Is this a number 3? Yes. On the bridge there in the back. Solitude and precision 4. Okay. Let's draw the borders. First of all. Okay, here we have this. Here we have this. Here we have this. Here we also have borders. There must be another border. Let's put one here and one here. I don't know. There is something here. Yeah, obviously I can't do this, right? So we need a border there. This has to extend here. Need a border there. This could come from both sides. Let's look at this one here, because you cannot complete it like this, because you would be only able to create a shape of 3. So you need a border here. This has to move out. This tile can only be reached by this one. This is complete with 4 tiles, which means that this region must be completed like that with 4 tiles. This one then has to move out here. Let's draw in the borders. This one has to move here. And now we have 3 tiles left here with 2 regions touching it. obviously we need one tile like this, creating a region of 4, and 2 tiles here, creating a region of 4. This tile cannot be part of this region, because it's only 2 tiles. It has to be done like this. This region is complete with the 4 tiles, so this one has to move out here. This one also has to move out. We have 4 now here. It has to move further down. That's a 4. Then here we need a 4. This one has to move out, which means this region must be completed like this. That's going here. Another region of 4. Here we need one more here or there. We don't know. This one, however, has to move out here with a border there, which means this one extends into this direction, and we have the 4 here. Then this is a 4. And then this tile cannot be reached by this one. It has to be done with this one, like that. And a square for the finale, sort of. One more difficulty 3, if I'm not mistaken. That's a 6 there. What is this here? That's a 4. Where is it? Wasn't there something down here also? Let's zoom in a bit. What's this? No, that's a 4. Ah, down there was also stuff here. No, that's again just a 4. Ah, what is this? There's the 3. Okay, Solitude, no special stuff here. Okay, let's start with the plus sign. Can't be completed like this, obviously because of the 4. Can't be completed like this, because of this region here. You also can't move it down, obviously. So it has to be completed like that. Okay. What else? I think it's time to look at this thing here. This cannot go into this direction like that, because here we would need another region, which can't be this one. We would have a region of 4. It also can't be this one. Again, we have a region of, not 4, of 3 here only, sorry, yeah? We can't have a region of 4 then. I mean, potentially there would be a way, I guess, for this to go all the way here and then there. No, we would cut off the 4 in any event. And if we go this way, we wouldn't be able to complete this. Just for completeness sake, I wanted to show that. So this region has to extend there, and we need a border here, which means we need another tile here, and that then has to be the 4. It can't be this. Trust me. Okay. So the 4 must be completed like this here, which means that this piece can't be completed like that because of the tile here. It must be completed like this. Okay. So all this has to be this region here, right? Can this be at all? Wait, no. This doesn't have to be completed, sorry. This can go on like, yeah? That's my bad, actually. It doesn't have to be 4. I was thinking about 4 again from the previous puzzle, the precision 4 thing. No, it doesn't have to. It can move on, and it has to, because here, like if I were to do this, I wouldn't be able to create it like this is more than a region of 4, right? In fact, for this, it would move here. I need to use these 3 tiles with this tile so that I have a 4 there, which means this goes here. We have a border there, so this can't be there, this border, okay? It's like this. Sorry for that mishap with the border there. So that's 26, and indeed that's correct. Now we go on to the difficulty 4 plus, puzzles on brown plinths, and there's the first one. Here you can show that this is not possible. Like we have the mingle shape here, right? Because this tile would also be a 2. Okay, so you need a border here. Now you can say that this one cannot be a combination because you can't extend this anymore, and you would definitely get another 2 up here. Yeah. So you also need a border here. That means you have the 2 here. That in turn means that you can't do this again, right? This one has to extend there, and this one has to be another 2. So this can't be a 2, it has to move there, and then it also has to extend there, because we can't have this tile there without a symbol. So here I always get a bit confused with this thing. What was it that I can't do here? Yeah, I think it's this, right? Yeah, I can't do this because, like, I will definitely create a 2 here, right? So this would have to move around the corner, but then this would be a 2. And again, we would have a 2 here or there, right? So we need a border here. That's the main thing. And that means that we have a region like this. And in turn, this is a 2 here, which means that this cannot be a 2. It has to extend at least there. This one cannot extend here now, because we would need a border, and then something would have to move in there, and this would be a 2 then. Yeah. So this has to extend here. Okay. And it can't be a 2, so it has to move out there. There is a border, which means this has to be an L. And what else? We need a border here. We have a 2 here. This one can't go down because either 3 and 3 around the corner here, or 2 and 2 here. So this has to be a 2. And then this can be a straight 3, yeah. There's the next one. Solitude and area numbers in Palisade. Let's draw in the starting clues. So we need a border here and there, and here as well. Now, how do I get to this tile? It can't be the 3, it can't be the 4, it can't be the 5. It must be one of these 2 symbols, right? While this one is the obvious choice, let's see what happens if we try this one. We go here, we would need to, this one would have to go here. Actually, yeah, actually they have to extend like this. Yeah, I forgot to put this in. Anyway, this would have to move here, and then we would have to move like this. The 4 would be completed like this, the 3 like this, and then we're left with 4 pieces only. Here, with the 4 tile region. So that's not allowed. Let's take all these away. Like this, right? So that means that this one has to move there. And for obvious reason, it can't do this down here because we're cutting off the 4. It has to be done like this. The 3 is complete like this. This one is also complete. Oops, we have to do this here. This one has to move here. Sorry, I deleted that. Could have done that already before. Like this. If we go here, we have a region like we could. No, we can't do this. There needs to be a border. That's too big. So this one has to go here. So here, this border must be touched by this region, and we need one more. Can't be here. Can't be here. Can only be here, right? And like this, the puzzle is complete. So, wait, wasn't there something down there? Yes, here. There was one puzzle here. Solitude and Precision 5. Let's see, which way to solve this. Let's start, first of all, with these corner tiles. This one cannot be reached by each of these 4 symbols. Like potentially here there's a 5, but we need an extension to a 6. Same is true here. This is 5, but then it would have to extend to a 6. And the same is true here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this one obviously can't reach it. So this one, these two have to be the same region, okay? And the same is true for all the other corner tiles here. No, let's take the light blue. I prefer that with the borders that you can draw. So, what was the thing here? Yeah, I think it was this one. And you can show that this is not possible. because you would need these borders here and you would need something else here, a different region. But if you extend this region, you have 5 tiles already, but this needs 2 more, right? 1 here and 1 there then. So that's not possible. This one has to be completed like this, with a border here and there. This also needs a border. So this tile can only be reached by this one here. Like this, that's a 5. Here we can't move, which means the red region has to be completed like this. And what's next? This tile, let's take a random one, has to go here because it can't be from here. Right, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we would need a corner extension also. That doesn't work. Yeah, so it has to be this one. Let's draw a border here. This has to extend there then. Oh yeah, here we can only have this one, right? And since we can only reach these 2 tiles with this one, we need to extend here as well. And like, what do we have here? This could also be a T like this. No, one of these, like I can only extend here or there, which means we can draw a border here. The orange section has to expand here or there, depending on where this one, even though, no, wait. I could potentially do this and that, right? Yeah, actually this works. Why doesn't the other thing work? This would also work, right? I know I have the corner here. Man, the stuff that I overlook. Like, because of the corner, I need to move there. Ah, man. Yeah, it has to be done like this. So we have this here, and this is the final shape. Yeah, it's these details that you start to overlook eventually. When you solve these puzzles for hours in a row. Okay, we have 29. We need 1 more. Difficulty 4. Yeah, it's difficulty 4 on a brown plinth. That's the 6, right? Yeah. That's a 5. So there's... Wait, there's something here. There it is. No, wait. But that's a 3. Oh, damn it. Did I jump again from the 3s to the 4s? Damn it. So I have to do this now. Each region contains a single symbol. Yeah, that's the normal rules. And the difficulty here is that, like, that's what I was trying for a long, long time. I don't know, even though it's actually pretty simple, this puzzle. Obviously, you need one of these 2 regions going around the corner here, right? So this spans here, and you tend to think, how's that supposed to work if you have a corner here? For instance, like, it doesn't work. You need 7, like, how to do this? Because you're always losing this tile up there, where it's so simple that you just need to do this. And yeah, it's sort of a gotcha puzzle, and it plays with the expectations into a puzzle, sort of. And then the 5 is completed like this. There isn't much more to say about this puzzle, really, because obviously you can't use the 5 for the bottom section here, because then you're cutting off this entire section from this symbol, right? So yeah, this puzzle is completed like this. Now we have 30. So yeah, I don't know, I wrote this down incorrectly or something. Now there's only the 5 and the 6 left, so I had all the difficulty 4 puzzles, I guess. Ah, well. So the 5 was here. Okay, where do we start? By drawing in borders where they need to be, like this. Then this is a symbol, and we have this here. Here we need a border. Here we need this, and a border here and there. Oh no, we need these 3 borders actually. Okay, I think the main thing about this puzzle is these sections. They are the key to solving the puzzle, because this tile here cannot be reached by this polyomino, obviously. So it has to be part of this region. And since I can't extend this all the way vertically up here, I only have 4. I would need... No, actually, I could do that, actually, like this. Oh, wow. I didn't notice that before. No, but I can't complete this section then here. Right? I could do this or that, but I would always lose a tile. That's the reason why this doesn't work. You have to... Wait, you need this connection, and then you can only do this with this polyomino, and then you have a 5 like this here. Now in this region you have 10. 7 plus 2 is 9, which means you need to extend this region into here. And the 2 obviously can't be completed like this now, it has to be completed like this. And this then is 7, yeah? What else? Here, this has to be part of this region. So let's look into this here now. Can the T be positioned like this? No, because we would definitely lose a tile here. It also can't be done like this for the same reason, right? So the plus has to be done like this, and this shape can only be completed like this in order not to lose this tile here. So we need something here that can't be the 3, right? It has to be this region, which means this region has to extend down here. That's complete now. Or here, like, can't move on here. Let's draw this border also. So here we have 10, and we need 3 and 5. We can only extend this region and this region 1 tile each. That's exactly 8, which is what we need. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. And a 3 like this. Okay, so let's look into this region here now. Let's start with the Z shape, I guess. Can't do this. We can't do this because we're not able to reach this tile. Actually, we can already draw this connection here because this polyomino can't reach this tile, right? So the only way to complete it now, this is not possible, this is not possible, is like this. Right? Let's draw this in. This tile can only be reached by the 4, which means we need to extend this region. Here this tile can only be reached by this 4. And here we can't know yet, but we can complete this one. Obviously, the shape has to be like this. So let's look at this here now. The U has only one position. Let's see, like this one is not possible. Actually, it is possible, and it's probably the right solution. So let's look at the other options. This is the only way when it's facing up, sort of. Is there a way to position it facing down? No, because we have borders in the way. We could do it like this, facing right, losing a tile. We can do it facing left. No, it touches the 6. So indeed, that's the only way. And this shape, this L shape, has to be positioned like this then. Here we have 3. And this tile can only be reached by the 3. Which means we need to extend this here like that. And this one like this here. Wait, no. I completed this. This is still open, this border. Even though we can't use it. This one actually has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we needed the border there, in fact. This has to be part of the 6. And since it can't get out, it has to be like 1. It can move here, it can't move there, because then we only have 2 left, right? And we're losing a tile. So it can't go there. It needs these 3, and it's complete like this. So, this here... Can it be part of this? No, can't be like this, because this one wouldn't be able to move back here, right? We would need a border there. So that's not possible. We need a border here, and this is moving there. And the final region is this one. Okay. So the puzzle number 6 is here. On a brown plinth, Solitude again, no special rules. Okay, yeah. Here we need a border here, and a couple borders here. Like this and like that. And there. So let's first of all, let's do this in a light blue. Find the regions that cannot be touched by the 2s and the 3s, okay? Because those have to be part of these two symbols here. Here it's all of these. It's this one. It's this one. They have to be connected actually. What else? This one can't be touched by a 2 or a 3. Okay. And there is one here, I think. 1, 2, 3, this one. This one can't be touched, yeah? So we need to move into these two regions. Let's take yellow for the... This is obvious. What else? Is there something else? Oh yeah, this has to be connected to this, obviously. This could go up here or down here. This one has to move here. This one has to move here. That means this has to connect like this. And then here. And it also has to go here. Okay. What else? Here we have the 3 going up there. Not sure. Need to look at that a little more closely. This one has to move up here. There's a border here. I'm not sure if this has to move in here. Well, this thing, yeah, the blue has to move through here, right? With a border there and there. That's the only way through now. So we need yellow here. That's complete now. It could go like this or like that. Oh no, the 3 has to move in there, obviously. It can't move all the way up here. Because it would cut it off. But if it goes here, then I would lose a region. It has to move into the corner. Because it can't go all the way straight up. It has to move to the border. And that's why I can't lose any tile here. It has to be done like this. So the blue region must be like this. And it has to move here also. Which means there's a border here. But I can't see anything about the 2s here. So let's see. I think what we need to have a look at is if it is possible that there is a border here or a border here, because I know the solution. And I'm guessing... Wait, I have a border there as well. That you can draw some conclusions, but I don't know them because I was always under the impression that I need at least a blue symbol somewhere here, but I don't think that's true actually. Or here. Because if you can go with the 3 here too... Let's see if we can fill this entire thing with 3s and 2s, okay? Let's assume this one is a blue one, and this could go there. No, it doesn't work, yeah, I can see that already. This one has to be, like, either this or that. This 3 can only reach here, and this 2 can only reach here or here, but either one, yeah? So one of them has to be blue. Because, yeah, it doesn't work. One of these 2 has to be blue. And it's most likely this one. Because this can be done with the 3 and then with the 2 and the 3, right? So let's mark this in a dark blue. Let's put it like this. No, better like this, okay? So if we were to connect this one here, this would actually work, right? This could go around there, and this could go here. Okay, is the other way possible? Because I thought that was the solution, actually. It wasn't allowed. I thought I would have to do this, but then I can't move there, right? Because I would have a border here that I can't cross. Huh. No, it has to be done like this. Yeah, and like this, so that this can move here and then reach this in some fashion. And I think the same can be set down here, but I'm not entirely sure. There's some way. Anyhow, this one has to extend here. Here we only have 3 now. Like this. This has to be 3 like this. 3 like this. Yeah, fits perfectly. 3 like this. And then this 3 extends indeed here, which means the 2 has to take this tile. Blue has to be like this. And then we have 2 and 2 like this here. What else? It looks like I can do it both ways, sort of. This can't go up. If it were to go up, this would be locked here, and I wouldn't be able to reach this one. But that's not really helpful. What's with the 3s here? Do I need a blue one in here? I'm not sure. How many tiles do we have left at all? Let's see. We have 20. That's 3, 9, plus 8. That's 17 only. So need to be 3 more blue tiles. But I don't know where the difference is. There's so many ways to complete this. What am I missing? I'm missing something. I can't cut this off now. I can only fill 1 blue tile here, so this one has to go down. Yeah. If I need 3 more tiles again, like we have 20, that's 9, 11, 13, 15, 17. I need 3 more blue tiles then. Yeah. And I can only have 1 here maximum. So I need 1 there. Okay, so it's done like this and like that. And then I need 1 more here and 1 more there. And that's 16, and here we have 11. That's 3 and 2. Okay, so that's the solution actually. 3, 3, 3 and 2. Okay. I think this is the first time I'm solving this puzzle like this, but like this it actually makes logical sense. I always thought that I have to move this down, I don't know why, and I always got this combination like this, I don't know why. Okay, we have 32 puzzles, that's the amount available on white on brown plinths in this section here, Solitude. So the next video is size separation, and I don't know which one it is. Is it this one, or I think it's this one here, but I'm not sure. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Hope you check out my next video with the size separation. Until then, as usually, I say bye.